excited, guys, to let you know that I'm now sponsored by Boss Boxes. It's a great site. You guys can go ahead and get all your gamer needs. All you have to do is go to the website, pick what you want, go ahead and add it to your cart. And once you get to your cart, guys, when you get to checkout, you can pay with Apple Pay, PayPal. Go ahead and check out and throw that discount code in there. Go ahead and throw in RyeBread, and you guys will get 10% off your purchase. It's really great. It's a really awesome site. Really, guys, it got some really cool stuff, so I really recommend you guys go ahead and check that out. I'm really happy to be sponsored by them, and I hope you guys enjoy their stuff.
How's it going, everybody? RyeBread here today, and we are back finally with our Nashville Predators GM mode, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. It is the off-season. I know you guys like the draft, and I know you guys like free agency as well. That's a very fun one for me to do, too, because that's a lot of the shakeup that's going on with our team. It doesn't usually happen during the regular season. Now, there's some trades, but you guys know what I mean. Most of the stuff happens here in the off-season. This is the big roster development, roster changing off-season. So it's been a little bit. It's been over a week, I think. So I might be a little bit rusty, and I might have forgotten a little bit what we got and where we are. But don't worry, boys. I did not forget the Rage video last one. If you didn't see that one, boom, there goes the card. But yeah, we lost 4-2 in the Western Conference Finals to the San Jose Sharks, but we did make it farther than we have before, which is a good sign, and EA Simulation is finally, being a little bit more on my side. So let's go ahead and simulate up to the draft. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check out the team before we get into the draft, just because I do kind of not remember 100% what exactly we have here. Let's go ahead and scout goalies for 2 weeks. There's only 21 of them. But yeah, we have John Gibson anyway. He's a great goalie, although we could find a better backup. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup over the San Jose Sharks. Now, the Toronto Maple Leafs are a very, very good team because, Austin Matthews and all that jazz. Mitch Marner, Will Nylander, they're a very good team regardless of how you look at it. Let's not go scout America. Screw that. America's got no prospects, no talent in America. Let's go ahead here and scout in the Oh, I've already scouted forwards there. There's nobody left to scout, boys. Let's go scout defensemen in Russia for 2 weeks. Why not? Screw it. Some Russian defensemen. You might as well. We are the Nashville Predators after all, and our strategy is to draft defense, no matter how many defensemen you have. So if you look at the lottery, you got Detroit, Rangers, and Buffalo as your top three. Some other teams of note, I guess Ottawa at 6, Boston at 8, and then Anaheim and Calgary there, but they barely missed out on the playoffs too. So retired players, we got to check them out. God, I forgot how all the stuff that the offseason has. Hopefully none of our goalies retired. Perfect. Let's go the other way because I always go the wrong way because I'm used to going left because I'm usually Buffalo. Luongo did retire. Same thing with Craig Anderson, Niemi. That's fine. All skaters. Anybody of importance, you guys can go ahead and look through this. Oh, Sedin, Zetterberg, Nash, Steen. Okay, yeah, those guys all retired. That's kind of sad to see them go. But it's a new era of the NHL, and we're ready to go ahead and get it, boys. We are ready to go ahead and win ourselves a Stanley Cup. First one in Nashville Predators franchise history. So let's go ahead and get it. So the Toronto Maple Leafs, Buffalo Sabres, Edmonton Oilers. 3 young teams with 3 very, very good franchise potential players. Well, I know Matthews isn't franchised in this game, but that's EA Sports' fault. I definitely think he should be, high elite or something like that. Anyway, but Oilers, Sabres, Leafs, very, very young cores winning the Stanley Cup in these past couple seasons. Then we got John Tavares as the Art Ross, Tyler Seguin as the Hart Memorial, Brent Burns wins the James Norris, Lady Bing goes to Tyler Seguin, Michael Del Call is the Rookie of the Year, Conn Smythe goes to Frederick Anderson, so he must have had a great performance there. The Vezina goes to Jonathan Quick, Matt Murray wins the William M. Jennings, Bill Masterton goes to Kevin Klein on the Buffalo Sabres, interesting. The Selke goes to Jordan Stahl, Ted Lindsay to Tyler Seguin, and the Maurice Rocket Richard Ovechkin is finally unseated, and it's going to go to John Tavares. All right, so before we get into the draft, I want to go ahead and I think I might be able to click on Trade and Improve and trade some players because I just want to see what exactly we have again and what might be coming up. I still know we got the core, those top guys, Ryan Johansson, because I know you guys, I forgot who commented it on one of the videos, but I keep accidentally slipping and saying Johansson. Okay, he's not Swedish. It's Johansson. That's why it's Ryjo. I always catch myself. So we have to re-sign Ryjo this offseason. He's got okay, so Philip Forsberg. Yeah, we got Yossi and Subban. Who needs a contract this year? Who's got the 1 year left? Ryan Johansson Johansson and Ellis both need contracts. Maybe Bouwmeester is going to, but I hopefully he'll take a lot less and he can be a bottom 6 or bottom pairing defenseman. Victor Arvidsson as well is going to need to be re-signed. Delorier, so some bottom players. Sissons, Chipchura, and those are the guys we're going to have to re-sign this offseason. Oh, shoot, I didn't check about John Gibson. I think this might be the season John Gibson comes up, but yeah, there we go. I got to go ahead and check out the draft picks, too. I don't want to be surprised when we don't have a pick or two, forgetting that I traded 1 or 2 away. All right, so draft picks. What do we still have? We don't have our first because we traded that for Bouwmeester. We have a second, a fourth, 2 fifths, a sixth, and a seventh. So, and hopefully we'll be able to find some hidden gems in the draft. I won't take too long on the draft because I know that the draft, you guys skip over it. I know you do. I can see in the analytics that you guys don't really care too much about who I draft when it gets down to the lower picks. So let's go ahead and sim to our user pick. We're not going to try and trade up. We don't have the assets to trade up. Besides, we don't want to go ahead and get one of those top players for what it's going to cost us to trade up. Because, I consider us a cup contender right away, boys. So, I want to... Okay, goodness. All right, so we'll see who's still available. This is, I think, off-season number 3. It's not always the greatest here for potential players. AHL top 2, he's going to be a 7th D-man. I guess that's fine. Let's go ahead and sort by potential. AHL top 6, these guys are going to be bottom forwards. Reich from Switzerland, I believe that is. High AHL top 6, which means he's probably going to be low bottom 6, medium bottom 6 center. Right-handed center, he's a two-way forward. I do like that. I do like the fact that he's a two-way forward. We're towards the end of the second round here anyway, so let's go ahead and snag him up, and hopefully he's medium bottom forward. I will take that, boys. I think that's a solid pick. Reich, I'm looking at him now as kind of be some center depth for the future, maybe so we don't have to sign guys like Kyle Chipchura. And I think I'm gonna start going for more third line scoring forwards to put on that fourth line. More guys that can put the pucks in the back of the net, because I think that's when you really, really have a good team on your hands. So this guy is high AHL tops or medium AHL top 6. Let's go ahead and sort by potential again. We are in the 4th round, so I wouldn't be opposed to taking this guy. He's probably going to be a bottom 6 sniper. He's 18. He's left-handed, not bad. League interest is high, so you can kind of tell that people are highly touting him. The next thing I would look for is a medium bottom 6 guy in the 4th round, but we don't really have any of that. And LeMay Champagne does not have any league interest in him. So usually you can gauge by league interest if they're going to have a good overall, and then plus their projected round and their league interest is good to check about their overall. Plus, the whole potential thing. We all know how to make potential guesses and whatnot. But there we go. Low bottom 6 forward, so not great, but in the 4th round, we're still getting NHL potential, which is I'm fine with that. Now we got 2 5th round picks coming up, boys. I might consider going for a goalie here, even if it's a fringe starter. If there are any goalies left, let's go ahead and check out goalies. If there's any decent ones available, that's AHL fringe. Then there's AHL starter, and then there's backup potential. But these guys are all projected to go undrafted. Let's go ahead and there's no more goalies worth drafting. We can find some in free agency anyway. AHL starter, those are those goalies. AHL top 2 defensemen, no, we are in the 5th round, so we can snag up some 5th round prospects here, boys. High AHL bottom 6, so these guys might be medium AHL top 6 guys, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Low extra forward, as a two-way forward, there's no league interest in this guy. I don't want to play too much into league interest, but when they don't have any kind of league interest, I don't necessarily want them. Gauthier here. Keegan Gauthier, he's already 20, so he should come out of the gates with a good potential. I'm going to steer away from him. There was another guy that caught my eye, this Steinacher, this defensive defenseman. He's 6'6", so he probably has a good physical category, which is going to boost his overall. Hopefully, he's medium AHL top 2 defenseman. I'm going to go with him because we have another pick. So he is medium AHL top 2. I'm okay with that because those guys can grow. Let's go ahead and see if, what's-his-face? Oh, I forgot his name already. I didn't really look at his name much anyway. But there he is, Gauthier. I do want to take Gauthier. I was looking at him. Nobody else really seems to be a guy that I want. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake. And medium AHL top 6 forward. So beautiful. He's already 20, so hopefully he could be at 70, 60. High 60s, maybe a 70 is what I'm hoping for. We're in round 6. Time to take a shot on somebody we don't know about. I'm being a little bit more methodical than usual, guys. So this is an AHL top 2 defenseman right here. Same thing with here. Oh, I gotta check out. Let me check out the age. They're both high league interest. He is 20. Wainman is 20. He's a left-handed shot. He is also a left-handed shot. We do know more about this guy. Okay, so he does seem to have decent shot. It seems to be a very good skater. Okay, so this guy seems to have very good defensive stats. Because we can tell because he's got about 4-star with, he's got 3-star. But this guy seems to be more of an offensive. He's 6'1", 184, 6 foot. I'm going to take Wainman. Hopefully I didn't make the wrong pick here. Low AHL top 2, I'm okay with that. But I definitely think he's going to be the better defensive prospect just because he had the higher, he had high stars in the defensive category. And now we can just go ahead and take a shot. I'm kind of looking at a goalie right now. Is there anybody worth taking here? AHL starters, but there's some AHL bottom 6 forwards. There's a sniper there. Oh, these guys down here as well. These guys they're all projected to go undrafted because we're basically at the end here. Petruik, he is 20. He's a left-handed center sniper. And here we go. We got a 19-year-old. So I'm going to go with the 19-year-old who has no league interest in him. Hopefully, low AHL top 6. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. And that's the end of the draft, boys. Time to get into the re-sign phase where stuff actually happens. Very, very exciting. I'm going to have to check out what our prospects, the guys that we drafted, what their overalls were. Let's go ahead and get into that re-sign phase, though, and it looks like our team it's freaking stacked. I mean, 93, 93, 92. Victor Arvidsson and John Gibson, both restricted free agents that we have to sign. Hopefully we have the cap space because we got some players to re-sign, boys. Okay, so we got $22 million in cap space, which is nice to see. I'll go to all expiring contracts by overall. And yeah, we got some big core players. I just want to see how much Bouwmeester is going to want. For 1 year, he's going to want about $5 million, 4.6. He's probably still going to be a good top 4 defender. I'm okay with that. He'll be a great second pairing, maybe third pairing guy, especially with what we have. And then Ryan Johansson, what is he going to want? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get these guys for a little bit cheaper of a contract. I'll bring you guys back in when I've made the decisions on guys like Kyle Chipchura and whatnot. And hopefully I'll have Gibson as well for a reasonable contract. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, so I did go ahead and extend some contracts, and I did let go of some people like Kyle Chipchura and Nicholas Delorier, excuse me. They wanted a full big boy one-way contract, and I wasn't willing to give him that. Another guy we need to get rid of is Dalton Prout. He's currently grumpy, and he's making $1.5 million. I don't want that on my books. And I can't trade again until a little bit from now. So I should have realized that earlier, but had I been paying attention and not taking a week off for vacation, I probably would have gotten that. But hopefully we won't be $1.5 million, short from signing somebody. But Gibson wanted a monster contract. We got him locked up for 6 years. I forgot exactly what the figure was, but I think it's somewhere in the $6 million range. Everyone seems to be accepting their contract. Bouwmeester, I don't have the cap space to sign Bouwmeester, there we go, offer accepted. So how much more cap space do we need to sign Jay Bouwmeester is the question. We have 2.47 to sign Jay Bouwmeester. I think I could make some room, but I think he's going to have to hit free agency, which is unfortunate because I want to get a guy like him back. But if we don't get him back, hopefully Ekholm, Ceci, or Shabbat will make the jump and fill that role, or we could get a disgruntled defenseman to be a top 4 defenseman. But as you guys can see, we got plenty of defenders in the 80s. We got Subban and Yossi again, our top pairing. Ellis is going to be an 87 on that second pairing. We could pair him with Ekholm. That seemed to work pretty good. I mean, if you look at Ekholm's stats, I believe this is the season we put them together, and this season, well, this first season, I think, he was on the, sorry. He was on that middle pairing in that first season, and he seemed to click really, really well with Ellis. But Bouwmeester, I don't think we're going to have enough cap space for him. We've got 4 more contract slots. It's just $2.47 million. Is not going to be enough for him, not at all. But Shabbat and Ceci, we got a big year coming up for contracts. As you guys can see, we got Ceci, Shabbat, and we got Yossi. That's only in the defenders, boys. And then we go ahead and check out forwards. Who's coming up next year? We got, Craig Smith. He's probably going to, hopefully he'll want a cheaper contract. Kevin Fiala's going to want a bigger contract than what he's got. Salamaki, but that's not too upsetting. And then a whole bunch of RFAs down here, guys that we signed earlier on in the simulation. But that's all we're going to do for now. I think I'm just going to let a guy like Jay Bouwmeester walk. I can't make the necessary cap space to re-sign him. I cannot trade, and I don't want to buy out Dalton Prout because I just don't think it's worth it because I think we got guys that'll make the jump, guys that will be, on the roster and, be able to fill in for that top 6 role on a cheaper contract. You're going to have to... Janne Juvonen. Oh, I have not tendered him a contract. Let's go ahead and do that right now, boys, shall we? Here we go. I'm kind of curious to see who we could get relatively cheaper, some scoring forwards for that bottom line, and then if we have to trade somebody away, I'm okay with that. But let's see here. Juvonen. Oh, he's not bad. I'm going to just go ahead and qualify him. Hopefully he doesn't take up too much. Wait, how much? I'm going to offer him a contract. He's going to want a 2-way deal anyway. I'll just give him the minimum. Take a little bit of a pay cut for us there, would ya? Yeah, there we go. He wants the minimum for 1 year. He would be our 3rd minor goalie. I do kind of want Loxo to get some playing time just because he's a medium backup potential. But we do have Rusu for a backup goaltender, although I'd like to see us get somebody a little bit better than Rusu for our backup goaltender, unless he makes a jump and is in the 80s. But I don't think we're going to get anybody worthwhile for that kind of contract. But let's go ahead and simulate up to free agency and see what we got here, boys. We don't have a lot of cap space, like I said. 2.47 million is not, enough. Let's go ahead and make a trade and get rid of Dalton Prout. I don't care who he goes to. I don't care where he goes because he is not going to make an impact. I'd like to dump him for a 7th, if at all possible. He should have absolutely no trade value. If he does have some trade value, that'd be great. But I doubt he will. There he is. Yeah, he's got absolutely no trade value. Well, we might be able to get a 7th for him out of a rebuilding team like the Ducks. Jesus, we took Gibson from the Ducks, and we took, what's his, oh God, I forgot his name, Ricard Raquel from the Ducks as well. Can we get a 4th? Because they want to give up a 4th, and they want Prout. Is this going to go through? Trade, oh, wow, we got rid of Dalton Prout for a 4th, and that clears up $1.5 million in cap space. Now, I don't know if that counts against the cap because he was in the minors. But if we go into free agency with almost $4 million, I'd love to see that. Yeah, $3.2 million, so we do get some cap relief by trading him away there. And then, yeah, so some big names out there. Adam Henrique, Blake Wheeler, Jeff Skinner, as well as Edler and Gardner. Jake Gardner, those are the big defensemen out there, as well as Jay Bouwmeester. Let's go ahead and sort by role. Oop, my finger slipped. I did not mean to click that. But a guy like Eric Haula here, is not a bad guy to go ahead and get. Pajot is also he's a younger player. He's better. And he's a very, very good scoring, 3rd line scoring forward. That's the kind of forward I kind of wanted to go out and get. We'll offer him 1.5 for 3 years. That's fine. 2 years, yeah, he's going to want more. So we'll give him 3 years because, he is 26. So we'll have him until he's 29. I don't really want to sign these 4th line forwards because I don't think they're going to be worth it. But a guy like Eric Haula, not really going to go after him either, just because of the fact that he is a little bit... Oh, Cal Fleury's available. Cal Fleury became a UFA, boys. He's 20. He's a 73 overall. I know he's got that low top 4, so you'd like to see something a little bit better, but let's go ahead and give him the max, see if he wants to come to us instead of Los Angeles Kings. Again, we got Kaspart. Nah, he doesn't seem to be the guy that I would want to go ahead and get. But we're going to go ahead and offer Fleury. Joel Armia is also available. He's a very good depth forward. How does he... I don't think he simulates too terribly well. Yeah, I don't remember this guy being a tremendous simulator. But let's go ahead and check out potential goalies. See if there's anybody out there with like a startup potential or something crazy that got let out to free agency. Nope, just low fringe starter. Nothing really worthwhile for signing. As far as backup goalies, we got to check out backup goalies as well. Is there somebody a backup who wants a cheap contract who's... Kudobin, I guess I could give him a contract, or Jonas Enroth for like a year. Jimmy Howard, yeah, these guys are fringe starters, so they could be good backup goalies. I'll see what he says to a $1.7 million contract. How about 1 year? He wants more. I'll give him 2 years. That's fine. We're up against the cap. Hopefully I can get Pajot instead of him if I have to choose. But we should be right up against the cap here, boys. It is not going to be... we're going to have to, well, if we want to trade 4 players, we're going to certainly have to give up somebody. Frederick Gaudreau, I don't care that you are upset I traded away Dalton Prout. He's a little bitch anyway. So, let's go ahead and advance the day here and see what we've got. Who's going to sign with the team, actually. Hopefully, we'll get a guy like Pajot. Pajot, except that he's an 84 overall, and we also got Jonas Enroth and Cal Fleury, boys. That's beautiful. He's a 73 overall, 20, and we just instantly made the team better. So that's all the signings I'm going to make. There's not really anybody else that I want to go ahead and sign just because I want to get guys in the AHL playing time. I know I could stack up with top 9 forwards in the AHL, but I don't want to stack up those guys and then not get anybody any playing time that they want or would help them grow. So I will go ahead and get to the lines for next season, and I will see you guys as soon as that comes up. So we're here, guys, at next season. I believe this is the 2018, I think this is the 2018-19 season or the 2019-2020 season. I forgot to check. That's on me, but let's go ahead and start from the back. We got Gibson and Enroth, and in the system, we got Rusu. So we got a lot of 75 guys. I'd like to get Laxo some playing time, but, he's going to have to fight his way to earn a role. He's listed as an other goalie anyway, so he probably won't get better by playing more ice time anyway. But it seems to be a good idea to have signed Jonas Enroth because now we have a serviceable backup at a decent contract, 2 years, 1.7. Also, we have Gibson on a $6.7 million contract, meaning our goalies are taking up $8.4 million on the cap. But that's not too bad. We still got 1.7 in cap space. Now, defenseman-wise, we got Subban and Yossi, Ellis and Ekholm, Ceci, who's now an 83, and Weber. If we go ahead and check in the system, Shabbat is definitely ready. We need to call him up, and we will send Yannick Weber down. There we go. So we got Subban, Yossi, Ellis, Shabbat, Ekholm, Ceci. We can get Shabbat some top 4 playing time. Hopefully that'll help him grow. He seems to have pretty good defensive awareness and stick checking, which is nice to see. Because he is a two-way defender, so hopefully he'll grow like I need him to. And Cody Ceci doesn't seem to have grown whatsoever, but maybe playing some bottom 6 pairing minutes will help him. So now let's go ahead and check out the forwards. We got Forsberg, Johansson, Neil Turris, and those are the top guys. We still have Smith, Arvidsson. Fiala didn't really jump. He grew to an 85, but he didn't take a jump like I was hoping he would. And Victor Arvidsson seems to be stuck there at that 86, but let's go ahead and check out in the system. Bracco, Trent, and Spacek, all at an 81, but let's go ahead and check the bottom here. We got Goudreau, Yarncrook, and Watson. Those guys can go ahead and get sent down. I'll go to edit lines. I'll hit best lines. You guys will give me suggestions like you always do, and I really appreciate that. And we'll go best lines here. And, geez, we got Ricard Raquel on that 4th line. I'm going to put him up there on that 3rd line. We have a line of all-righties. That's not something you see every day. Yeah, because we'll put Perron there on that 4th line. He's listed as a 2nd-line forward, and I'm going to put him on that 4th line. That's scary for morale purposes. Craig Smith, the 2nd line, and the 3rd line, and the 3rd line. Victor Arvidsson, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 1st, 1st. Beautiful, boys. I hate to say it, but this is starting to shape up to look kind of like a super team. I don't want to throw that around because, that's definitely a subjective word. But, I mean, minus the top-end talent, like the mid to upper 90s, this team, this 3rd line is a lot of teams' 2nd lines. And we have an 84 and an 82 on that bottom line. Now, how long Perron is okay with getting, 4th line minutes, that beats me. I might want to move a guy like Pajot down there and put Perron there and put Ricard in the middle. Put Pajot on that 4th line. Because, actually, he seems to be... you know what? Ricard Raquel still's got a chance to grow. And he's medium top 6 anyway. And he is... And Pajot's better defensively anyway, so I want to keep him there. Ricard Raquel is the 3rd line center. So down in the middle, we've got Ryan Johansson, Kyle Turris, Ricard Raquel, and Jean-Gabriel Pajot. On the left, we got Forsberg, Fiala, Perron, Salamaki. And on the right, we got James Neal, Victor Arvidsson, Craig Smith, and Colton Sissons. Now, he is listed as a 4th line forward. He does have a pretty good defensive category. I could upgrade there, but I really don't know who I'd upgrade for. Down in the minors, who do we have that might be able to replace him? I mean, Jeremy Bracco is a guy that I might consider putting there, although he's a minor scoring forward, so we'll leave him down there. Same thing with Trennan. He's a medium top 9 forward, but he's listed as so he's all... See, Cal Yarncrook now is listed as a minor scoring forward, so that's why it's okay to send him down. Austin Watson is a 4th line forward, but from what I remember, he doesn't simulate all that great, and Colton Sissons does... he had a good season in the AHL last year. This is the 2019-2020 season. I just figured that one out. But he only had 14 points in 48 games. I mean, he had a bigger role here. He had 30 points in almost twice the amount of games, so that would make sense. So he could be a 30. How much time on ice did he have? It doesn't tell me how much time on ice he averaged that season, which would be a cool thing to see because I'd like to know what kind of line he was on, what kind of minutes he was getting. Hopefully they'll add that in NHL 18, but who knows? But yeah, dare I say this team is starting to look a little bit like a super team. I mean, look at this. We got Ekholm. I mean, I could even throw Shabbat on that top 4 pairing, but you guys say to play players in their role, play younger players in their role, and they will grow. So I'm going to hopefully leave Shabbat there. I mean, Cody Ceci, he's probably not going to want a big contract because he's an 83, and I wouldn't mind having a guy like Ceci as a third pairing guy. I mean, you know, minus last season when we were all minus because I think the bottom 6 just didn't put any goals in the net. He's had 2 good seasons for us. Not bad. He had a better season last season or 2 seasons ago now versus last season. But, you know, I think he was playing more minutes there. He took the same amount of shots, just capitalized a little bit more. I think I gave him a little bit more playing time on the power play as well. If we go ahead and check out the power play unit, we got Forsberg, Johansson, Neal, Subban, and Yossi. Then Arvidsson, Turris, Fiala, Shabbat, and Ellis. So Shabbat will be getting that power play time, so hopefully that'll bode well for him because he does have good offensive awareness. Passing, I wish to see higher, but you know you can only ask for so much. He's got ridiculous slap shot power, and his skating is very, very good. Penalty kill wise, we are looking at Sissons and Smith. So Sissons is getting his playing time there. I'd like to put Craig Smith, actually put Perron up on that top penalty killing unit. Hopefully he'll get enough playing time to make him happy. And then, oh yeah, no wonder those guys suck at face-off. So Sissons is now going to go in the middle for Mika Salamaki. And that's what the penalty kill looks like, boys. And obviously in goal, you know, we got the stud, John Gibson. He's a 91 now. Freaking great. I mean, his poise is up at 79, so he's almost an 80 at poise. He's 5-star everything. Hopefully he'll have another Vezina candidate season. I mean, last season he didn't have the greatest season, but, I mean, actually, excuse me, last season was the better season. His first season when we traded for him originally had a great season. Had a little bit of a slump in his second season with the team. Played more minutes and actually did better than he did the season before. But definitely I want to see him replicate his first season with the Nashville Predators. But there we go, boys. That is what's going on with the NHL roster. You guys let me know if there's any changes, any trades, or any kind of player I should acquire. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the greatest subs in the world. I just want to let you guys know that. I don't care how big I get. I don't care how small I get. You guys are the greatest. Thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to do this for you guys. Can't wait for NHL 18 because we're going to have a whole bunch of fun with that game. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to join the family and see some more. And I will see you guys in the next one.